Welcome to Deep Dive Learning by HaleForm.
Episode 10.
Today on the Deep Dive, we're tackling something really vital if you're involved in designing large-scale industrial facilities.
Yeah, absolutely. Our listener, who we're calling the learner, wants to get up to speed quickly on the essentials, without getting totally overwhelmed by technical jargon.
Right. They want that clear structure, those aha moments.
Exactly. And the sources we're looking at today include a good overview of HaleForm Technology Solutions and also this really practical quick tip document. It outlines routine maintenance for Smart 3D administrators.
Okay, so our mission today is to pull out the most important bits from this material. We'll focus on the practical steps, but maybe even more importantly, the why behind them, especially for Smart 3D maintenance.
And we'll definitely touch on how HaleForm Technology Solutions fits into this whole ecosystem.
Great. So let's begin. This quick tip document, it starts by saying Intergraph Smart 3D S3D is basically the data backbone for these complex projects.
The central nervous system, you could say.
Yeah, exactly. And like any critical system, it needs regular care from the Smart 3D admin to keep it healthy, performing well, and, crucially, to protect data integrity.
And this is way more than just, setting it up initially or managing users. It's ongoing.
Definitely. The document highlights 5 essential routine maintenance tasks. These aren't just technical chores. They're fundamental for preventing, major headaches down the line.
Headaches is putting it mildly sometimes. These are about project stability.
Okay, first up, comprehensive database backups.
Right. This means regularly creating complete backup copies, not just bits and pieces, but everything. Your site, catalog, and model databases.
And if you're in a global workshare setup, that means backups at all participating locations, right?
Absolutely critical in GWC. You need consistency everywhere.
So the why here is pretty obvious, but let's spell it out. Disaster recovery is the big one.
Yeah, protection against hardware failures, maybe software corruption, or, someone accidentally deleting something important. It happens.
It really does. Plus, backups help manage log file growth, don't they?
They do. They prevent the databases from basically choking on their own log files and crashing because they run out of space. That means avoiding project delays and potentially catastrophic data loss.
Which nobody wants.
And this is something HaleForm Technology Solutions really gets. Their team of Smart PID and Smart 3D administrators understand how vital these robust backup strategies are for just seamless project continuity.
So how do you actually do it? The how?
Well, the basics involve using the tool's backup command right there in S3D project management.
Okay.
Then you need a clear schedule. Daily, weekly, whatever makes sense for the project's pace. Store those backups securely, ideally offsite.
Offsite is key for real disasters.
Definitely. Coordinate the timing if you're in GWC. And this is super important. Regularly test restoring from those backups.
The test restore. Often missed, but crucial. A backup you can't restore is, useless.
Precisely. You need proof it works. And again, having experienced admins like those at HaleForm can really help nail down these procedures.
Okay, what's next after backups?
Database integrity checks. This is about checking the logical health of the data.
So verifying consistency, making sure objects have the relationships they're supposed to have.
Exactly. Catching things like, say, a pipe run that's somehow lost its connection to the system it belongs to. Things like that.
And why is that check so important?
Well, because these little inconsistencies, they can start interfering with modeling tasks. They can affect the accuracy of your drawings and reports your deliverables.
Ouch. That could be serious.
It can. And they can cause errors during things like synchronization in GWC or even just retrieving data. Finding these issues early is key.
It's like preventative maintenance for the data itself.
Perfectly put. It stops small glitches from snowballing into major project disruptions. And ensuring this kind of data integrity that's core to accurate project outcomes, something HaleForm's Smart 3D expertise focuses on.
So how do you run these checks?
You use the database integrity command in project management. It generates reports you need to review carefully.
And if it finds problems?
There's a clean database custom command that can sometimes help, but you need to understand what it's doing. You schedule these checks regularly, maybe weekly or bi-weekly.
And report persistent errors.
Yeah, absolutely. If the tool keeps flagging something you can't fix, you'll need to get Hexagon support involved.
Got it. Okay, moving on. What's the third task?
Performance optimization. This covers a couple of things. Index maintenance and purging temporary data.
Keeping the database running fast, like defragging a hard drive.
Sort of, yeah. Rebuilding or reorganizing database indexes prevents queries from slowing down because the data's become fragmented.
Makes sense. And the purging temporary data part.
That's about deleting temporary stuff the system creates, like old symbol variations that aren't needed anymore. It's digital clutter.
So getting rid of junk files, basically.
Pretty much. The why is all about maintaining database efficiency, avoiding slowdowns, keeping workflows snappy, less waiting around for users.
Everyone appreciates a faster system.
Always. And keeping that S3D environment running smoothly is definitely something HaleForm Technology Solutions Smart 3D Administrators are skilled at through these optimization techniques.
And the how for optimization.
Again, it's in project management. Use the database maintenance command. There are options there to delete temporary symbol variations and also to optimize the indexes, rebuild, or reorganize.
And how often?
Periodically, maybe monthly, maybe quarterly. It depends a bit on how heavily the system is being used.
Okay. That brings us to number 4.
User access and permissions audit. This one's crucial for security.
Right. Checking who has access to what. Reviewing user accounts, groups, permission levels.
Exactly. The why is all about data security and integrity. You need to ensure users only have the permissions they absolutely need to do their job.
The principle of least privilege.
That's the one. It prevents unauthorized changes, accidental or otherwise, and it just simplifies management. Audits catch outdated permissions, like when someone changes roles or leaves the project.
You don't want old accounts lingering with high-level access.
Definitely not. It's about controlling the keys to the kingdom, making sure only the right people have them. And secure, well-managed user access is something HaleForm Technology Solutions really emphasizes in collaborative environments.
How do you conduct this audit?
You use project management again. Go through the permission group folders, look at the groups, see who's assigned, check their access levels.
And verify it matches their current role.
Precisely. Remove permissions they don't need anymore. Be especially careful about restricting those critical admin functions.
Makes sense. How often for audits?
Quarterly or semi-annually is a good rhythm, and always when someone joins or leaves the team.
Good practice. Okay, what's the final essential task?
System monitoring and log file review. This is about proactively watching the overall health of the S3D environment.
So keeping an eye on server resources, CPU, memory, disk space, database performance.
All of that, yes. And also regularly reviewing the S3D specific log files for errors or warnings. In GWC, you also need to monitor the replication status between sites.
Why is this so important? This seems like just watching things.
It's proactive identification, spotting bottlenecks or emerging issues before they start causing real problems for users. The logs are invaluable for troubleshooting, too.
Like a systems diary.
Kinda, yeah. They tell you what's been happening, especially when things go wrong. And thinking about system health, it's interesting that HaleForm Technology Solutions also has programmers who can do customizations for hangers, supports, symbols, name rules, even rule checkers. A well-customized system that runs smoothly benefits hugely from this kind of proactive monitoring.
Good point. So the how involves standard server tools.
Yeah, use your standard IT monitoring tools for server resources. Then regularly review the S3D error logs. Daily checks for critical logs might be needed.
And database logs. GWC status?
Yep, monitor database-specific logs and alerts. Check GWC replication status regularly. It's also good to establish baseline performance metrics.
So you know what normal looks like.
Exactly. Then you can spot deviations. Weekly or monthly trend reviews can be really insightful.
Okay, that's the 5 tasks. So for you, the learner, what's the main takeaway here?
I think the main thing is that these 5 tasks aren't just, obscure technical details for the IT department. They are absolutely fundamental.
Right. They're fundamental to the success and stability of any project that relies heavily on Smart 3D.
Understanding these principles helps you appreciate the effort that goes into maintaining a healthy design environment. And just as importantly, the risks involved if these areas are neglected.
And as we've mentioned, HaleForm Technology Solutions offers a pretty wide range of services around Smart 3D.
Yeah, they cover SPID administration, even automating P&ID to SPID conversion, which is a huge efficiency boost.
Plus the Smart 3D administration itself, handling these maintenance tasks we've discussed.
Yeah.
Catalog customization too.
Oh yeah, across disciplines, piping, electrical, HVAC, equipment structure, and that custom programming we touched on, hangers, supports, symbols, rules, they really tailor the system.
And they have multidiscipline modelers too, to actually help build the models efficiently.
So considering that depth of expertise, partnering with someone like HaleForm could really streamline all this critical maintenance. It helps ensure your S3D environment is always, in top shape.
If you want to learn more about that, you can reach them at business.development@haleform.com.
So we've taken a pretty deep dive into this essential routine maintenance for Smart 3D administrators. We hit the what, the why, and the how for those key tasks.
And hopefully this has given you, our listener, the learner, a clear overview. Maybe sparked a few of those aha moments about why these often overlooked tasks matter so much in big design projects.
Yeah, the consistent execution of these 5 things, it really is the bedrock. It's what builds a stable, secure, and efficient design environment.
And companies like HaleForm Technology Solutions clearly offer specialized expertise to support all that. Okay, so here's something to think about as we wrap up. It gets really interesting when you consider the increasing complexity, the sheer amount of data in modern industrial design. What other proactive measures beyond these 5 do you think are becoming essential? What's next for maintaining the integrity and performance of these critical engineering systems in the long run?
That's a great question, something definitely worth mulling over.